if any man that do not discover his gift, do not develop it, or do not use it, he is considered as a foolish servant, and he will end up becoming an unfulfilled servant or creature of God. And that is why you and I, we must discover our divine given potentials and develop them and use them for divine glory. But there are many people today who don't care about that. They are living their life every day doing other things, but forgetting about what is in them. Others have discovered it, but they are not doing anything about it. They don't care to develop it, and they are not using it. Others have developed it, but they are not using it. Others have discovered it, and they did not develop it, and they began to use it. So each one of these steps of potentials is important and paramount. You must discover, but after you discover, you are not expected to begin to use it, but to develop it. And after you develop it, which is refining it, then you should begin to use it. But if you have discovered it and develop it, but you do not use it, it's still a waste. So you must discover, you must develop, and you must use. But if you are the worst of all, you do not even discover it, then you are the total failure, because you must discover it, and to discover it is not difficult, because there is a natural indices that will show to you that this is your gift. You may find passion in it, you may like to be doing it. Something within you will be burning and be indicating and directing you towards that. So that problem you want to solve, that service that you want to render, whatsoever it is, the value, whatsoever it is you're eager, you love doing, it is an indication to your own potentials, your own gift and treasure that God has invested in you. Now in Matthew 25 from verse 14 to 30, there was a story of a man who was living to a far country, and he gathered 3 of his servants. The man, he gathered them and gave each one of them talents, and the other one 5, the other 2, the other one according to ability. It shows how God operates. God cannot give you more than what he knows you can do. He will give us something small. And you know, this man, after he has given them, he left. He did not even tell them what they should do. For those of us that are thinking, when God gives you a gift, he will tell you what to do it, he will tell you when to do it. No, that man just gave them talents and left without telling them do this and do that. No, it's not the responsibility of God to now tell you how you should begin to use his potential for your life. In your life, you are the one to discover how you dispose your potentials and what you should do about it, how you will develop it, how you manifest it. And when the man left, you see, that's how you discover wise people. The other ones that was given 5 and the other one that was given 2, they immediately began to use their potential, their gift. How many people today, after they have discovered or they are given a gift by God, they don't do anything about it? So they are like the other one who went ahead and buried his own. As you are listening to me now, have you buried your own talent? Have you buried your own potential? God gifted in you. You know that the world need it. You may be a singer, you may be a preacher, you may be a teacher, you may be a writer, you may be a businessman, be a politician, a lot of things, entrepreneur, inventor. There are a lot of things you can do, and the world is longing for it. But are you doing something about it? You know you can do it, and you know that the potential is in you, but are you doing something about it? Or you just left it dormant? If you left it dormant, it's wrong. So this man, the other one, is left his own like that. And a time came when the master returned. But before the master returned, the one that was giving 5 has additional 5. The other one with 2 additional 2. You see how it works? If you have a gift and you begin to use it, you will see a multiplication. You see multiplication. You will see an increase in it. And that is why today you see people that were faithful and consistent using their gift. You see that the performance, the excellence is different to those that have discovered. You may discover your potentials with somebody at the same time, but if you go about doing it, using his own every day, doing something about it every day, producing a book every day, singing a song, preaching, you see that within a short period of time, his excellency will be different to yours. You see that there's something about it is different, that you can't compare yourself with him. So that is exactly what happened to the other one. His own remained as it was given because he went and buried it. If you bury your talent and potential, it will remain the way it is given. That is why some of us now, you know that your gift was the way it was given to you. There is no increase in it. But those that have been using can testify to you that there is actually growth. They are growing. There's an increase in their talent. There's an increase in their potential. But what about you? And you know, after they got that, the master returned and was asking them, how did they use the potential they has given them? You see, all of them, the 2 gave the response that he had additional 2. The other one 5 additional 5. And the master was very happy. You see, it was they were the one that hustled for their grace to increase, for their gift and talent to increase. Those today is different. You are praying, you know that God has given you something, but you are praying, Father, add more, add more. If you go about doing it, if you go about using it, you see that it will automatically grow. So increase comes by usage, not actually praying for more to be given. The more you engage the one that is given to you, you will see an increase. And the master was not happy. The one that was given 5 additional cities was given to him, and the one that was given 2 that got 2 additional 2 cities was given to him. It was the same. But the one that had nothing in addition even the one that he has was taken. You see, this is exactly that is how it happens in life. You see people that are faithful using their gift, they are growing every day. More opportunities, more open doors, more platforms is given to them because they're faithful with theirs. But you that is not using your own, a time will come that if you are not careful, even what you have gotten, even the one you have discovered, you see that it's not functioning. There are people that can preach before, but today they can't. There are people that can sing before, but they can't sing again. There are people that can write, but today they can't write. There are people that have business ideas before, but they don't have them now. So if you notice you are losing value, you are losing your gift, is because you left it dormant. Any gift that is left dormant, it will continue to disappear. It will begin to escape, and that is a symptom of God taking it from you and adding it to somebody that is faithful using his own. So others have despised their own gift and they consider, if this is too small for me, this is not what I desire. Your gift may not be what you really want, may not be what you desire, but God knows your ability. That's why he gave you. But if you be faithful, there will be an increase of it. You will even appreciate it. At the last chapter of the same verse that we read, that I was talking about in Matthew chapter 25, the man finally took the one that was given to the man that was given to the one that was given one, and gave it to the other person that scored more 10. Why? Because he is faithful servant. He has proved himself faithful. I'm telling you, even today that is happening. The people that God is taking their talent and is adding to others. That's why you see some people have many potentials, and even though they are faithful in it, you see that the speech is massive. Why is the secret? Because I'm sure more has been added to them from those who have not been faithful theirs. Would you like that to be your testimony? No. You should like to be seen as somebody that more should be given to you. Decide today that no, I want, let it be added to me, not that it should be taken from me and give to others. No, that is when you reach that level, you are finished. Because at the end of the day, the master judged the servant and he took him and threw him to the eternal condemnation. Now, that parable is referring to the kingdom of God when Jesus will come back and do judgment. So this thing, even though I'm talking about something that happened on earth, there will be a time you will know the words of it when you stand before God in the last day, and he will ask you about those talent and gift. If you have not reaped, if you don't have harvest, if you have not increased, there will another eternal judgment waiting for you. So despite aside you losing the gift, aside it taken from you and adding to others, you will also lose at the judgment seat of Christ, because he will ask you about it. If you are not faithful, you will be condemned, you will be judged. I don't want any one of those things to be my portion, and that is why every day I must go about using my gift. And I'm sure the more I use it, the more will be added to me, and the more effective I will be. So you look at it, go back and read Matthew 25 from verse, you will see for yourself what Jesus was talking about, because from verse 14 to 30 it was clear and indicated that the implication of you not using your gift. So don't be giving excuse. That Paul, that one that only got one, gave excuse. His excuse that the master is wicked. Your own may not be that the master is wicked. I don't have money, I don't have people, I don't have platform. And today there are many platforms. You don't have excuse. And then, you need to think deep. Those guys, the master did not give them the guideline of doing business. He did not give them seminar. He did not say this is how you run a business and get a profit. They go about there, engage their brain, ask for people advice, which market goes, and they engage it, and they see results. You also, it doesn't matter. You know why? At the end of the day, if you stand in the judgment seat of Christ, all the excuse you think you can give that can be considered, you will be surprised. The Lord may call others and say, Karim, what was your situation when I gave you that talent? And people can tell you how they were worse than you, but they were effective. So it is not about your excuse. The excuse do not save that poor servant from escaping judgment. He still faces the consequence of not using his talent. And may that not be your portion. That is my prayer.